Bots Battleground is a game of bot supremacy where you send your bots to fight and destroy the other player's bots. To win the game, you must be the first player to collect 10 or more power tokens. To set up the game, shuffle the deck of bot cards. Each player then draws 4 cards from the top of the deck to their hand. Players keep their cards in their hand, hidden from the other players. Place the boogie dice in the arena formed by the charger's cable. Bots Battleground is played in a series of rounds. Players take turns at clapping their hands near the boogie dice. If a player claps and the dice rolls but turns blue, the next player in a clockwise order gets their turn to clap. However, if the dice starts rolling and turns red, the player who claps becomes the attacker. The dice rolls for 2 seconds, and during that time the attacker must choose another player to be the defender by calling out their name or pointing at them. After the dice stops rolling, it will still glow in red. During that time, the attacker must place one of their bot cards on the table in front of them, facing the defender. The defender must also place one of his bot cards down, facing the attacker. Each card has an attack value, which is important for the attacker, and a defense value, which is important to the defender. When the die stops rolling, it lands on a side that shows an icon. The icon represents a special rule. This rule applies to the current round and influences the way the round is played or won. For example, if the dice falls on this icon, the attacker becomes the defender and the defender becomes the attacker. If this icon comes up, players can play 2 bots instead of just 1. At any time during the round, i.e. the phase where the dice is glowing red, the attacker and defender may switch any of their cards on the table with any cards in their hand as many times as they like. After between 10 to 20 seconds, the dice will start rolling again. This means that there are only 2 more seconds to the round. After that, the dice stops rolling and blinks in purple. The round ends. Some bot cards have a special ability described in green text at the bottom. These abilities influence values of other cards or the same cards. Some bot cards have a special condition described in yellow text at the bottom. These conditions apply as long as the card is on the table. Abilities are used starting with the rightmost card of the attacker and continuing clockwise according to the arrangement of the cards on the table. After the abilities have been used, the total attack value of the attacker is compared to the total defense value of the defender. If the total attack of the attacker is higher than the defense of the defender, the attacker wins the round and collects 2 power tokens from the main pile, while the defender loses the round and discards 1 power token to the main pile, if they have any. If the sum of the defense of the defender cards is higher than the attack of the attacker cards, the defender wins and collects 2 tokens, while the attacker loses and discards 1 token. If the total sums are equal, no player wins the round.